Alright guys, so today we're going to be looking at perspective. Now in English, perspective means the angle or the way, the direction you look at things from. So you can have a different perspective on life, you can have a different perspective on flowers. I'm looking at flowers now, it's my perspective, it's where I'm seeing them from. But in drawing, perspective means how artists use different tools and techniques to make something look 3D on a flat surface, so like on a piece of paper, which is flat, to draw a house like this one, which looks 3D. So some examples, there's a beautiful passageway that has been beautifully rendered and drawn, which looks like it has depth. Minion comes out of the page. This is an incredible piece where they make it look like it looks like it's real. And these are things that artists do where they fake these illusions and people can interact with their art. How do they do this? Well, artists have various techniques which they can use. The main two are atmospheric perspective and linear perspective. Atmospheric perspective is where artists will fade out an image or put less detail in the distance so that it'll look lighter as it goes back further and further away. Linear perspective is the way we're going to look at today. Linear perspective is a mathematical way of achieving perspective. So there are different types of linear perspectives. There's 1 point, there's 2 point, there's 3 point perspective. Today we're going to look at 1 point perspective. 1 point perspective happens when, for example, when a person looks down a long straight road or an alley or even your classroom. So if you imagine yourself standing on one side of a long straight road and you look down the road sort of comes together at the horizon. And that is what 1 point perspective is. It's the way that the lines all move together to 1 point. Here you can see this road, all the lines of the road and even the sides of the road go to the 1 point. Another example, the streets, the buildings, everything goes to 1 point. And this one as well. Alright, so how it works is an artist would start off by taking their page and drawing a horizon line. That's through the middle of the page. Or you can have horizon lines that are higher or lower, but for this example we're going to do one in the middle of the page. The horizon line represents the horizon. Just to remind you what the horizon is, it's where the earth meets the sky. Like this one here, it's where the sea, where the sun goes behind the horizon. Next, on the horizon line, we're going to draw one dot. We're doing 1 point perspective, so we're doing 1 point on the horizon line. That's my 1 point. That's the point that all of the lines will go to. Okay. Next, we're going to draw. I want you to draw three squares or rectangles, as well as one other shape. You have some freedom in the other shape you choose to do. You can do a triangle, which would be simpler, or you can push yourself and try and capital letter E or something like that, where there's more lines involved and there's some overlapping. What you're going to do next is each of the corners of these shapes. So, for example, 1, you draw a line. 2, you draw a line to the vanishing point, which you've drawn on the horizon line. 3, you draw the line. Now this one here, I'm not going to draw the line because it would go straight through my shape. I wouldn't be able to see it. It goes behind the shape. If this was a glass or a see-through shape form, I would be able to see the line, but it's not, so I'm not going to draw the line. If these, say this one here, if it overlapped with this shape here, then it would only go up until the shape and then be cut off. So I'm going to add all those lines in. The next step, right now I've got 3D forms, but they kind of go all the way till infinity. They go right to the horizon line. I'm going to want to cut them off at a point. So what I do is I choose how far along this line I want it to go up to. Maybe here. At that, I'll just draw a dot for now. A dot, draw a dot, draw a dot where you want them to end up. Try to do different lengths. And then, do you see that this line, it's a square, so it's straight up and straight across. So at that point, I'm going to go straight down and straight across. This one here, I choose where I want it to go. and this is straight down, so this one must be straight down as well. So I'm drawing the same thing. If it was a triangle, then yeah, you'd have to work that one out. But it's the same angle as the line you've drawn previously. And so now I've done that. Okay. Now what I can do is I can just add in the blacks to make the whole shape look like a proper cube in space. Now for the picture, what I can do is I can add some mountains if I wanted to. I could add some shading, but really this is all I wanted to see from you. This and your other shape. I want to see that you're getting perspective a little bit, because next week we're starting our next project, which is going to use this knowledge but grow on it, and it's going to be possibly quite a lot more difficult potentially, but it should be a lot more fun as well. Alright, enjoy guys. I'm excited to see what you do. Bye.